today IndiGo is facing a very big crisis. Like at the time being, you got a judgment favor of you. So how do you feel? Like what's the
See, IndiGo is not under crisis. Actually, the general public is under crisis. Wantonly, willfully, IndiGo is doing this. After FTDL, that flight regulatory timings have been released, there is actually, the government has given certain regulations so that the pilots will get some rest and to, safeguard the interest of pilot and those who are flying. It has been regularized by the government, by the central government, but by the aviation ministry. Willful disobedience of IndiGo. After the deadline of number 1, even then, IndiGo was not ready to comply with the rules and regulations that has been framed by central government just to safeguard the people who are flying, just to safeguard the interest of pilots. IndiGo was not even ready to do with that. So that is the reason why this crisis has happened. This entire fiasco is just because of the willful disobedience of IndiGo. It happened. Even in my case, it happened, but not for this. People have misunderstood that I've got fine amount. IndiGo is getting penalized. I've got the order in favor of me just because of this matter. Those tickets are getting cancelled and people are under havoc. The entire airport is under havoc. That's not the case, but it happened before 7 or 8 months.
okay?
7 or 8 months ago, probably by May, I guess, I was traveling from Dubai to Chennai. At that time, I ordered a tea, just a tea.
Okay.
But they informed me the tea is not a standalone product. It is a combo product. It will come with Maggi or upma or pohe, the North Indian dish, kind of North Indian dish. If you really want to have tea, then you should buy one of these items. In the initial stages, I protested and agitated against it. I made a severe objection against it. But still nothing could be done because it is inside flight.
Okay.
Whatever it is, we can handle it outside the flight. So I had to buy Maggi and then tea. So I got tea. I had it clearly. And then when I was about to consume the Maggi, I found it tasteless or blendless or saltless. It was plain. I escalated the matter to the cabin crew staff. They were not even ready to pay heed. They didn't even turn towards me. They were not even ready to address what is happening.
Okay.
They said simply, we can't help you. I said, just provide me salt. They said, no, loose salt, no condiments, nothing would be provided. They said. I severely made an objection there. And then I said, you just give me the bill, I'll see you in the appropriate forum. I said, they were ready. They were not even, afraid of anything, legal consequences. I said, I'm an advocate, I'll see you in the courts. I said, they gave me the bill and then I took the bill and I filed the case against them. I raised a complaint against them. They gave written arguments against me. In that written arguments itself, they started by stating that I'm trying to enrich myself at the cost of IndiGo. I said, in the open court itself, I made it very clear. It's none of my business and I'm not even in a position to get myself enriched at the cost of IndiGo. Because I have got more than 1 lakh followers in all kinds of social platforms like Facebook or Instagram, whatever it is. So I've made my own, fan following. So there is no need for me to enrich myself at the cost of IndiGo. So this is what it happened in my case. But the fiasco that is happening now is because of willful disobedience. Even this is also a willful disobedience. Even because in my case also, the judge made it very clear it is an unfair trade practice. Like, you just push or pressurize a passenger who is traveling through your aircraft to purchase this product, you must purchase this product. This is unfair trade practice according to Section 2, Class 47 and Subclass 7 of Consumer Protection Act 2009. So I made it very clear there. Because of that, we got a judgment in favor of us. And I'm getting a lot of DMs regarding the crisis that is happening nowadays. They have made it very clear, even it will take up to December 10 to December 15 to get rid of this crisis. They have made it. IndiGo has given a statement. Just to safeguard the interest of pilot, just to give them more time to take rest, just to minimize the landing time at the night for pilots. The central government has made these regulations, flying time regulation. They are not ready to cooperate with the regulation, unable to fight with IndiGo. Now, the central government is actually going obedient with IndiGo. They are actually, they have willfully, they have extended the deadline to February now for IndiGo. To go with the guidelines, the FTDL guidelines. They have given up to February time. Even that is being strongly objected by pilots union in the entire nation. So now IndiGo is a habitual offender in this regard, what I can say. As I said earlier, when the hearing started, I rose and I made an oral submission. I made an oral submission stating that actually I wanted a clarification with this because I do have counsels because my juniors were there. I do have counsels, but still I am the party here who's appearing. Is it okay is it allowed in this court to appear with the ropes? As I am in the advocate attire, can I appear in this court with these ropes itself? He said, no, it is not acceptable. You must get rid of the ropes and you must come as a layman, as a common person. So I went out of the court and I just got rid of my clothes. I mean, the ropes, advocate ropes, and I came back. and I appeared as a common man.
Okay.
So this applies to everyone. Even in the high courts also there are cases of party in person. Even in the high courts, in the Supreme Court, party in person cases are there, as it happened in the SIR case. Yogendra Yadav was a party in person.
Okay.
So this was also a party in person case. I appeared as a party in person without advocate ropes. I argued because I was the victim there. I got the case in, I got the order in favor of me. So it is always there for people, for laymen, for common public. It is always there. It is a party in person case when it, especially when it comes about consumer redressal forum. Anyone can go and appear and complain how they have been made as a victim in their case.
So what's the exact judgment like you got like in favor of you?
The judge just struck down the the unfair trade practice. That is, you are compelling a person to buy another product.
Okay.
If you need to buy this particular product, say for example, if you need tea, you should buy a upma or poe or Maggie in my case, as it happened.
Okay.
So it cannot happen. The judge in the open court itself, he asked the IndiGo side counsel that is it not an unfair trade practice? Because you very clearly know people will be in requirement. People will require hot beverages because it is a palliative measure to get rid of nausea in the sense dizziness or headache or jet lag. You need some hot beverages, say like coffee, tea or something. So they very clearly, tactically, they have made it as a combo item. If you want to buy tea, oh no, I'm sorry, it is not a standalone product, you should buy. So to increase the sale of Maggie, to increase the sale of upma, to increase the sale of pohe, you are making tea as a combo product with these items. So this is absolutely, it is against section 2 class 47 subclass 7 of Consumer Protection Act. We made it very clear, and it has been mentioned in all of the judgments of Salim Kumar versus IndiGo case and the Sundara Paripooranam case in the High Court appeal case. It has been made time after another, it has been made very clear these airlines are involving in unfair trade practices. So cut down the unfair trade practice, and also there is some deficiency in the product. The court has accepted that, as I said, because the judge asked me, was it saltless or tasteless? Okay. He asked me. I said, I humbly submit, my lord, salt, spice, hot water, oil, these are all visible things, ingredients. But when these are all mixed together, it becomes taste. But taste is invisible. So when an ingredient from these ingredients is missing, you lose the taste. Okay. So it was saltless ultimately, so it was tasteless. The judge said, shall we go for a kitchen class then? He asked me, in a lighter way, he asked. So this is what actually, in precise, these are all the things that happened. Even they were also very rude in replying things. As they said, at time when he complained, he already consumed half of the portion of the Maggie box, they said. Because some grams are there, 75 to 100 grams of noodles only available there. When we take 2 scoops, it is almost over now. After consuming half of the product only, I can come to a conclusion that it is salt. Because it is some grams, 75 to 100 grams of. I made it very clear. This is sheer arrogance. Finally, he said, we were actually, we refunded his 400. I said, this is the problem with them. They don't even know how to differentiate between refunding and voucher. They gave me voucher. Abruptly, straight away, I rejected the offer. I don't need voucher. I need my 400 back, I said. They said, giving voucher is out of goodwill. It can't be considered as such. We have accepted the fault. I gave the Sundara Paripooranam case judgment. In that judgment, the judge has made it very clear, if you give any voucher for your passenger, especially in air, it is also a case of a flight. So in Sundara Paripooranam case, it has been very clearly mentioned, when you give some voucher, it amounts to that you are accepting the mistake. Okay. You are accepting the defect. So you already accepted the mistake. It is not as the case you are denying it now. So I made it very clear. Finally, the judge was also convinced, and he gave the judgment in favor of us. In precise, this is what happened.